Hello and welcome. My name's George and my channel is all about helping you record and produce your best music in your home studio. Today I'm going to share with you the differences between USB and XLR microphones and why you might want to choose one over the other. So let's jump in. So the most obvious difference between the two microphones are the way that audio is getting into your computer. So with an XLR microphone such as this, we obviously start with the microphone. We have an XLR or mic cable plugged in. That XLR cable is going into an audio interface with a built-in preamp. The preamp is used to adjust the gain on the microphone, so that adjusts the volume level of the microphone. And then the audio interface is going to convert the analog signal from the microphone and convert that into a digital signal for my computer. Now, a USB microphone, on the other hand, you'd simply have a USB cable going to the microphone directly into the computer. You typically have a volume knob directly on the microphone, and all the analog to digital conversion would happen directly in the microphone itself. Now, some microphones actually have both connectivity options, such as this, which is an Shure MV7. So this has both an XLR and a USB connectivity. So it gives me a few different options. I can either hook this up to my audio interface, or I can just hook it up directly to my computer using a USB cable. So as far as simplicity goes, the USB microphone definitely has the edge as far as just being able to simply plug it into your computer and be able to capture audio right away. Now, when talking about versatility of each microphone, a USB microphone, you're obviously limited to using it with a computer, which has USB ports on it. An XLR microphone, on the other hand, you can use this obviously with an audio interface with your computer, or you can use this as well on a PA system for live sound. Or if you have a portable recorder, such as a Zoom recorder, you can plug your microphone into that as well and use it that way. Now, when it comes to sound quality, the quality of both XLR and USB microphones are going to range widely because there's a wide range of microphones available in different cost range. But generally speaking, if you're after the best quality possible, then an XLR microphone is going to be the way to go. Everything in the signal path, starting with the microphone, going to your preamp, going to your analog to digital converters, is going to influence the overall quality of the sound that you're going to record. With the USB microphone, all of these components are built into the microphone, and you don't have the opportunity to upgrade anything later down the road. With an XLR microphone, on the other hand, you can upgrade different pieces of the signal chain later down the road to start to improve the sound that you're getting from your microphone. Now, as far as expandability goes, you can use as many XLR microphones simultaneously as long as you have enough inputs and preamps on your audio interface. USB microphones, on the other hand, are designed to only be used one at a time. There are some workarounds you can do on your computer to be able to use 2 or more USB microphones, but then things get a lot more complicated, and you're getting away from the main advantage of using a USB microphone, which is its simplicity. So with simplicity in mind, the USB microphone definitely has the advantage as far as ease of use goes. Now, another thing that might get overlooked a lot of times is the cable length. So with an XLR microphone, you can have cable lengths as long as 100 feet and sometimes longer. So I don't have to be anywhere near my computer or my audio interface to use this microphone. A USB mic, on the other hand, you're limited to the length of a USB cable. And I've definitely encountered situations where using a longer USB cable has caused me some problems. So you'll generally want to limit your USB cable to 10 feet or less. So when should you consider using a USB microphone? Well, if you only need one microphone to capture your voice, maybe you're a podcaster, a streamer, teaching online, or want to improve your sound for online meetings, then a USB microphone is a good option. This is going to be the easiest and quickest way to improve your sound. Another consideration would be if you're a traveling musician on the road, on tour, and you want to create demos using minimal gear with just a microphone and a laptop, and you don't want to haul around an interface as well, well, then a USB microphone would be a good option for that too. But just remember, you'll be limited to that one input of the USB microphone. And when are some times to consider an XLR microphone? Well, if you already own an audio interface, then you should consider getting an XLR microphone instead of a USB mic. If you want to be able to record multiple microphones at the same time, such as maybe your voice and a guitar, then an XLR microphone is the way to go. If you see yourself purchasing more microphones in the future to build your collection and have more versatility of the instruments you can record, then I'd suggest going with an XLR microphone. And lastly, if you don't need the portability of a USB microphone, then overall, an XLR microphone is going to give you more versatility. Now, hopefully that's given you an idea so far about what's better for you, either a USB microphone or an XLR microphone, but there's a few general things you should look for when purchasing any microphone. The first being whether or not you want to purchase a condenser or a dynamic microphone. Now, there are many differences between dynamic and condenser microphones, but the main one I want to share with you today is the amount of room sound that is picked up by each microphone. Now, a condenser microphone is going to pick up a lot of room sound. So this means that it not only picks up the sound directly in front of the microphone, but it's also going to pick up sound outside. So if you live on a noisy street, you're going to get some of that street noise. If you have noisy neighbors or creaky floors upstairs, that's going to pick that up as well. Now, a dynamic microphone, on the other hand, will reject a lot of sound that's not directly in front of the microphone. So why is this important to know? Well, if I'm sitting at a desk like this and talking directly into the microphone and all I want captured is my voice, then a dynamic microphone is a great way to go. But if I'm in a situation where I have 2 or 3 people at a table and I want to try and capture them all with one microphone, then a condenser microphone is going to be my best option. Or another thing to think about is if I'm always going to be near the microphone, then a dynamic microphone is going to be fine. But if I'm going to be constantly moving and changing the distance to the microphone, then a condenser is likely going to be better. So now that we've talked a little bit about the difference between dynamic and condenser microphones, another thing to be aware of is what's called polar patterns. Now, polar patterns refer to the pickup pattern that microphones pick up their sound from. Now, the 2 most common polar patterns are omni and cardioid. Now, a cardioid pickup pattern is going to pick up sound primarily right in front of the microphone. So it's going to reject from the sides and it's going to reject from the back of the microphone. Now, an omni microphone, on the other hand, is going to pick up sound all around the microphone. So on the front, in the sides, and in the back. Now, if we go back to my example of having 2 or 3 people sitting at a desk with my microphone, if you have a microphone with an omni pickup pattern, well, then that's great. You'll be able to pick up everyone that's sitting at that table with the one microphone because it's going to be picking up the sound from different directions. But if you have a cardioid pickup pattern, well, then it's only going to be picking up the person that the microphone is pointed directly to. So as you can see, different microphones are going to work best in different situations. So it's best to know ahead of time what your most common application is going to be and then get a microphone that's going to suit those needs. So I hope that helped demystify the differences between XLR and USB microphones, as well as give you a bit of insight into some characteristics of microphones as well. Now, if you're a Logic Pro user and you want to improve your workflow, don't forget to download my free Logic Pro X hotkey cheat sheet by following the link in the description below. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one.